everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Angela and this is my Precious Yarnery. Okay, so I don't know what order these are going in or anything. I just need to do these videos. So I'm getting them all done today, and I know I always pre-record one day and then, yeah, but that is what it is. Especially around here. Now, my husband has now Mondays and Tuesdays off. So some days he'll have a 4-day weekend, some days he'll have a 3-day weekend. Very seldom will I put a video out Mondays and Tuesdays now because I find it difficult to record with him home. He makes a lot of noise. He's not quiet. Not even a little bit. So it is what it is, right? So I'm going to pre-record probably Wednesdays or Thursdays and have them staggered out as much as I can. Now, this past couple weeks, I haven't been sleeping. I'm getting like a few hours of sleep at night, but then I get up and crochet. And I sit there and I crochet. So I have a lot done. Yeah. But this one is about 2 boggy blankets that I've made. Cinnamon Stitches put out a tutorial on a boggy blanket. Well, you know I'm doing it. Anything to do with boggy blankets, I want to do right now. I've sent her 2 packages right now, I think. Yeah, sent Nancy 2 packages. Now, if you don't know what boggy blankets are, it is a blanket drive from Nancy from She's Got Yarn, Lynette from Charm Grammy, and Billy from the Crafty Ferillian. Oh, I don't know if I said that right. I'm sorry, Billy. I'm so sorry. I am bad with names. Pronouncing, reading. Sometimes I make the names up. At least I'm not making your name up, right? Anyways, I have done 2 blankets. I made Cinnamon Stitches crochet along, and I think that was great that she's doing it. These ladies that have come up with these ideas to get the awareness out and come up with ideas for them, I think, I'm just in awe of them. I couldn't come up with something this good to save my life. And the squares and all that they're doing. Yeah. I was talking to Nancy last night and I said, I wish I came up with something. My mind is not working lately. So maybe I still have time, right? I just know I'm making everything I can for the boggy blanks and I'm sending whatever I can. So this will be the 3rd package I've sent of a boggy blanket. So, and I don't just send one. I am trying this time to do at least 1 girl blanket and 1 boy blanket. So at least 2 blankets. Well, each time it's just been 2 blankets that I've been sending. So, yeah. So let's start with for Cinnamon Stitches. Jennifer. Oh, we all know what I think of Jennifer. Yes. Over here, you can't see her. I named my mannequin after her. I said to her, I hope you don't think it's creepy. She doesn't think it's creepy. Oh, my phone has been going crazy. Okay, so she was making the Serenity yarn from Premier. Now, it's not easy for me to get Serenity yarn. I love the yarn. I've already made 1 blanket out of it, and I've only had like 3 different colors. I had pink, gray, and a burgundy. So I couldn't do the funky colors, and I wanted to. I thought about it, but it's not easy for me to get it, and it cost me a lot to get it over the border. So I just decided to go with what I had. I'm sure she doesn't mind. I mean, she knows as much as anybody how much yarn is, and when you get too much, you work with what we got, right? I'm trying to come up with that philosophy. I've been having not to be ordering any yarn. I'm really trying. But then Nancy made an order from Hirschner's. That's okay. I'll forgive her. Anyways, that video is coming after I get the yarn. I made the blanket. It's a super quick, super fast, tutorial, and it took me, I think a day and a half, 2 days to make it. And I mean, I used a ball and a little bit of each Serenity. Now I used 2 different colors. Here's my blanket. Now I was really worried because when I made my chain, it wasn't big enough. So I thought, well, I'm going to do a big border. But then I thought, oh my goodness, am I making it too long? So I was freaking out about. This is what happens when I don't sleep. I worry about the stupidest stuff. And taking a tape measure, and every time I had to measure it, I had to call my husband in. So here's the blanket. It is the right width. Oh, am I getting it all in? So I just used pink and gray, guys. I will tell you everything. And I made, yep. And then around the border, she said to do, you could just do a thin border. Well, I did, I believe, 3 rows of half double crochets because I didn't have it wide enough. And I had lots of room to make it wide enough. But then I didn't make it long enough. Anyways, it worked out. It worked out. So I did the pink and gray. It's beautiful. It's soft. It's squishy. This yarn is amazing. I love it. It's Bella's favorite blanket. I made the ladder blanket. Jacob's ladder blanket in the 2 colors from Sandy's at Crochet Canada. So, yeah. So I used 1 full skein plus this. There's over half a skein left in there. And then I used more pink because I went brown with the pink. Now these no, let me tell you the specs. Not that you don't know it, but I have to do it. I don't have to. Listen, I gotta not cover up the mic. I got a new mic. I couldn't use my pink one out here. I wanted this one for my other computer when I do tutorial. Listen, okay. So it's 328 yards, 300 meters, 10.5 ounces, 300 grams, 100% acrylic, 5 bulky, 8.8 millimeter knitting needles, 8 hook. Now I believe she used 7. What did I use? I used an 8. Did I use an 8? I don't know. I'm starting to use I usually write on my tags. I used an L hook. Is that a 7 or an 8? I'm going to figure out those letters. Because I use the millimeter on hooks, and a lot of people, my Odyssey hooks only come in letters. So I need to know that. And I had them all in order, but I don't remember. My mind doesn't work like that. Anyways, the pink is called Raspberry, and the gray is called Smoke. Love them. I got the gray, and these are the big ones at, and I have burgundy up there too. I got them at Walmart. They still do the large balls there at Walmart when I was there. Now, it's been a while since I've been there. It's been since last May. And I should have picked more up, but I didn't. And then I got 3 large of the pink because when I was ordering my last order from Premier, they did have a sale because I wanted the new colors of the puzzle. I wanted to have the puzzle. I wanted to have the new colors, and you can't get them. I couldn't get them. Where I usually order from. So I went to Premier, and they were on sale. And this had a 3-pack, and I jumped at it because I think it's gorgeous yarn. Now I didn't have any of. They're making the sparkly, not the sparkly colors, but the funky colors for kids. I wish I could have done that. I couldn't. I wasn't going to make an order just for that, and I know. I wish I could. But we all know sometimes we just can't do stuff like that, you know. It costs way too much money for me to get it over the border. So I didn't. Now, doesn't mean I'm not going to do it in the future. If I save some money or something, doesn't mean that. And I will be thinking of getting some more Serenity. Now, I want to get some Puzzle Sparkle. But Sandy from Crochet Canada, email her if you want it. And if you're in Canada, because you can't even get it here at, I've been looking at Mary Maxim's. I can't get it here in Canada. Mary Maxim sells it in the States, but not in Canada. I don't know why, because they told me when I was there, because I lived in the same town, I was there all the time, I had friends that worked there, that was the only place where Mary Maxim's is. It's the only store they have now, and they said it was the only warehouse, but I don't think it is. I'm just saying, I don't think it is. So, yeah. Anyways, but Sandy, I believe she can get it from Crochet Canada. I think she sells it in her store. Good morning, Chief. So if you want some of that and you live in Canada, get a hold of Sandy. I will be getting a hold of Sandy. As soon as we can have a second, she is so busy. And, well, me. Yeah. So the next blanket I made for Boggy Creek, it's a few people make this stitch, but I learned it from Bod, from Bagoday. My words will come. And I just made the blanket, and then I did the border a different way. I've been obsessed with this kind of border for sweaters, and ever since I seen Nancy do it. Maybe I'm just obsessed with Nancy. Anyways, it took me one day to do this because I haven't been sleeping, getting up at between 12 and 3 and going back to bed at, you know, between 8 and 10 and, yeah. Anyways, this is my, and I made a thick border because, again, I messed up on my chain. I will link this pattern below. It is just the brick stitch. I think I love it. I'm in love with this blanket. I'm in love with doing this blanket. I'm going to make another one. Isn't it gorgeous? And I love the way the corners turn. I know they're a little rounded, but isn't that gorgeous? Can you see all that? I can't. I love it. Okay, so this yarn I never used before. Well, I used the Saver. Used the white Saver 4-weight. So this is my second Boggy blanket. So I used Saver. I used one and a little bit of Saver. And Saver is one of my favorite yarns from Ice. It's made of Dreadlon acrylic, 100% Dreadlon acrylic. It's super soft, like it's squishy. It's like, what is it like? So, you know, big twist and other like that. That's what I use for, I have a whole wall of neutrals with it, with all different colors, and I use it all the time. It's one of my favorite yarns to use for, I use it for adult blankets. Sometimes I use it for baby blankets, but usually the Softly Baby I use. It's fun yarn. It's just fun yarn. It's soft, it's squishy, it's like Big Twist and Premier Basics. I believe it's more like Premier Basics. It is. It's wonderful. And it slips through my fingers really good, so I love that. So it's 100% Dreadlon acrylic. It's 200 gram ball, 330 meters. I don't have the yards. It's a 4-weight, 5mm knitting needle. Now, I did not write on these what I used. believe a 6, I may use 7 hook, 6.5, 7. I haven't written any of it down. I can't believe I haven't, and usually I do. But it was really fun to make. The other one was a brunette. Now, I got this when I was in Ontario still. And I went to, I can't remember the store. But I love that store. It had a lot of stuff in it that were discontinued in that. And I bought a lot of this stuff. And I love it. I used not even a half, 1 and a little bit balls. It's called Bernat Wavelength. I've never used it before. I love it. I enjoyed it. It's 100% acrylic. It has, ball weight is 200 grams. This name is P-E-R-I-D-O-T, Peridot. Yeah, they had a lot of it. I got a lot of different colors in it. I got beautiful, like, yeah, I've gotten blue. I have a whole whack of it over here. Enough to do sweaters. I bought enough to do sweaters. Now, this green, I was itching to use this green. It reminds me of puzzle a lot. Let me show you it again, how it works up. Let's put it the right way. So it reminds me a lot of puzzle. It's soft, it's squishy. It goes great with the saver. So I believe it's a 4 or 5 weight yarn. But that's okay. I know saver was a little smaller. But oh well. It worked out good. So yeah, this reminds me a lot of puzzle yarn, the way it is. So that's the green. It's, yeah, I don't, Peridot, the color. Loved it. So those are my new Boggy blankets. I'm sure I'll make more. I want to come up with something fun. If you guys have any ideas what we can do to get the word out more for Boggy, please put it down in the comment section. I will consider it. Yeah. I was thinking a tutorial, but I'm not good at getting those tutorials out anymore. I have to work on my other computer. I'm not good at that stuff. But I want to do tutorials again. I miss doing them. I have a lot of ideas that what I want to do with my tutorials. So anyways, guys, that's it for this this video. And I will see you all later. Bye, everyone.